Hello, I'm PolishPolVR, welcome to the channel. We are here today to do another episode of Virtual Reality Showcase, my show in which we look in at some of the upcoming VR games for PCVR, PSVR2 and MetaQuest platforms. Let's go! And today we are starting from Star Wars Beyond Victory. It is coming to MetaQuest 3 with mixed reality support. This game, when it got first announced, the developer said you're gonna experience pod racing like never before. Of course, silly me expected to be inside actual pod racer, but never mind, because this game still looking pretty cool, still letting you interact with all the Star Wars characters in mixed reality, which probably gonna feel pretty awesome. And also you still get to experience pod racing, but kind of like a diorama style, so I don't know how you're gonna play that, but I'm sure the game explains it when it's ready. Also, you know, the trailer, as you can see in the background, showcases previous Star Wars game, and you know what? How good was Vader Immortal? It was a really cool game. I really want to play it now. I only got it on PSVR1, I think, so I cannot be plugging in my headset now. It's somewhere in loft PSVR1 now, but anyway. Every single Star Wars game in virtual reality delivered, so even though this one took me by surprise with the presentation and how they went about it, this studio knows how to make a good Star Wars game, so I'm sure Quest 3 owners gonna be very happy with that one. And you know what, more Star Wars content in VR or MR, it's always a good thing for everyone, because Star Wars are just cool. Anyway, next game. And now let's have a look at the latest trailer for Formula 1 25, and this is the breaking point, having beautiful story. The third breaking point now, so I don't want to talk too much over it, because it's actually quite interesting, and as skeptical as I was about F1 game just a few months ago, I'm super hyped now. So check out this story mode for F1 25. I think it will be great in VR.
What are you planning?
I'm just looking out for my family.
Final day of pre-season testing here in Bahrain.
How are we looking? We're looking strong, Kelly. We can start to push now, so I want you to put some pressure on the Red Bulls, okay?
Each of you is going to have to step it up.
I really thought he knew what he was doing. Why would he risk so much?
We don't have time to rest on our laurels.
He used to be a maverick, Dev. What happened? Threatening my career. Now why does that feel familiar?
You can't play a butler.
I wasn't. I'm not trying to.
You know, I'd sacrifice so much for Formula 1.
Motorsports aren't doing enough here.
What is it?
We don't beat Red Bull by copying them.
And there's contact and into the gravel. Callie Mayer makes history.
I think Connor Sport needs a change of direction.
And as much as hyped we all are for Aces of Thunder, I think it's about time that I start featuring new upcoming flight sim, that is Korea IL-2 series. This is a combat flight simulator set during the Korean War. And the latest realistic in the IL-2 Sturmovik series, which I got on my PC. This is a game that needs to be respected. They're gonna give you jets this time, and it's gonna be happening in the early 50s. The game gonna have, of course, realistic physics and all the damage and everything you can expect. The dogfights will take place on a huge 440 by 440 kilometers battlefield on the Korean peninsula, and you can visit in-game museum and learn about the conflict history that's gonna take the place in this game. So, VR support, it is confirmed for PCVR version, and it's gonna release at some point in 2025. I said earlier, IL-2 Sturmovik got to be respected because it's a very, very detailed and very good flight simulator. Works great in VR, often on sale on Steam, so you can get it for cheap, but of course got 10 bazillions DLCs. But anyway, this game I'm gonna start featuring. The developer published a lot of footage of it already. I hoping for it to release soon, but yeah, another good realistic flight sim slash dogfighter coming to VR soon. Happy days. And releasing on 8th of May is Final Fury. This is the groundbreaking VR game mixing classic fighting game mechanics with actual fighting. You're not hitting the buttons, you are making every punch count, spar solo or fight the galaxy's best online. This is coming from the developer of the Synth Raiders, so they know how to make good game. I spoke about it in my news video this week, because the early access got announced on 8th of May. But also after early access the game gonna come to PSVR2 as well. Of course, as we know, Sony doesn't really do early access, even though sometimes the game that releasing on PSVR2 and other platforms feel like early access. I'm talking here about Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate, which I cannot wait for the developers to fully fix so I can play it, because it would actually be pretty cool if it wasn't broken. Well, they're working on it. But anyway, we are here to talk about Final Fury. I said in my news video this week that it reminds me of the classic fighting games. You got this ring and, you know, your opponents and everything. It looks really cool. I don't know how they're gonna go about it, but what I'm seeing in the trailer, I'm really liking it. So yeah, a very interesting title. And another game that I spoke few times on the channel, but I want to talk about it again because I've been talking about PCVR version, but now it is confirmed for MetaQuest and you can actually go and wishlist it on the store. This is a beautiful looking flying simulator, Remnant Protocol, and what this footage shows, it's I believe the first VR footage from this game I saw. They've been showing some flat footage in past. If those are the Quest graphics, then holy shit, they done a great job. The game's key feature: intense dogfighting action. Hop in the cockpit and take command from the Vanguard in your own personal fighter. Rebellion on the galactic scale. As a commander of a hidden rebel base, you make difficult choices required of the long campaign to reclaim the throne. It's entirely up to you how your limited resources and personnel are allocated for the war effort. You are being hunted, the enemy is actively searching for your secret base, and each ploy that advances your campaign's goals increases your notoriety and risks discovery. Oh my god, I so struggle with English sometimes when I'm trying to read, but nevertheless, quest owners, this looks pretty sweet, so yes, very, very, very nice. And let's get back to the fighting games for a moment. Coming soon to MetaQuest and Steam is Slap Fighter. The game is ready to pre-order if you want to pre-order it on MetaQuest, and the pre-order is with the discount, so you pay 9.99 quid. So this is a game, as the name might suggest, that is all about slapping. Step into the ultimate underground fight club and prove your slap supremacy. Slap Fighter VR is an electrifying game where every slap counts. Master elemental powers, battle fierce opponents, and uncover dark secrets in a dystopian city ruled by the ruthless. Now listen to this. Fucking Slap Syndicate. It can't get any worse than Slap Syndicate. We are doomed. Play as John, the invisible Krasinski, a fighter waking from a coma, with no memory but an ion will guided by a cryptic master. Navigate a brutal underworld of crime, corruption, and ancient martial arts, where only the strongest hands will survive. Master the art of slap combat. Precision is the key. Time your slaps, dodge, dash, guard, and unleash slow motion combos in a combat system that rewards strategy and skill. Unleash elemental slap powers, harness fire, water, earth, lightning, and wind to create devastating combos and turn the tide of the battle. Slap your way to glory. Take on a wild roster of fighters from across the globe, each with their unique backstory, combat style, and rivalries. Multiplayer madness, test your skill in fast-paced high-stakes brawls, challenge friends on or take on top-ranked slap fighters. This is pretty cool game. The teaser trailer shows diverse roster of characters that looking pretty cool. So all in all, some cool upcoming VR games coming. Let me know what you picking up on which platform, and if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like because it does helps the channel a lot, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. And that's it. Bye.